So I have about 10 seconds to think about these things if I'm the one picking. I just saw two decks that I really enjoy watching.
You really enjoy watching Elves?
Yeah, I think Elves is a cool deck to watch.
Okay.
And I love Bant Eldrazi. It's super fun to play. And I didn't think about how much they interact or not interact.
Okay.
So we could just have a race to the finish here. So I think Jake has already messed up. If this were my turn, I would have played the Eldrazi Temple. Because if you top deck an Eldrazi Temple, you get to play your Thought-Knot Seer that you drew.
Sure, but I mean,
he's on
here he gets to Stirrings and still play Matter Shaper, which is perfectly fine.
Right. Alright, Jake's going to get basic Forest here.
I like it. He's got another fetch in hand. He can fix his mana at that, but he'll have more information because it's Ancient Stirrings.
Sure. 3. Alright, so Ancient Stirrings is quite strong in this particular deck. I think there's like 12 cards it doesn't hit, so you don't hit your Noble Hierarchs, Path to Exiles, and there's one other card. Why can't I think of it? But yeah, that's it.
You play some Dismembers?
No, you don't play any Dismembers.
No Dismembers. It's looking like this Bant Eldrazi deck might just be a couple turns too slow. Paul's one good Collected Company away from completely going off.
Here's... I have no idea why Reality Smasher isn't going to be in play right now.
I mean, the Thought-Knots here, you need interaction here.
Okay.
Because chances are you're just dead.
Okay. Alright, so here you get to take this Azuri.
Yeah, taking Azuri is strong.
So Collected Company in this Elves deck, it doesn't guarantee you like a big piece.
Right.
It guarantees you something.
Guarantees you two somethings.
Two somethings, but a lot, sometimes those somethings are like, Elvish Visionary Llanowar Elf.
Sure.
Yep.
Azuri has been taken.
I think that's the right call.
Sure.
I would have gotten in with Matter Shaper.
You can just block with Spellskite.
Oh, sure. I'm not always, on the ball. Sometimes I make those attacks. And so Collected Company's coming in response to any kind of combat you want to engage in.
Right. This Drowner of Hope could be pretty strong.
Yeah, so does he go Temple Drowner here? And that way he's much better in combat if you do that. Interesting.
Well, he has an Archdruid underneath that Spellskite.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's 5 mana for the company. So let's see what he gets here. Just the Visionary.
Just the Visionary.
Yep. And so Reality Smasher does what Reality Smasher does. It gets in there 2 for 1. Card's fantastic every time.
Fantastic every time. Holy smokes.
I mean, I can't recall the last time where I cast it and was unhappy with the outcome. Oh boy, here we go.
Alright, so
alright, I want a Stirrings first.
Get some.
There's some
Eldrazi.
chubby scions in the box.
And he knows it.
I know it. There
He's
they
going
are.
For little chubs.
This is my physical 75, so I knew they were in the box. Yeah, it might also be why it's on camera. Gosh, yes. So 2 Archdruids in play is just a lot. Jake needs like a Path Exile here.
Stonewalling. Yeah, Path Exile would be great. This Drowner is a good start. I don't know why we didn't fire off the... Sorry, I don't know why we didn't fire off the...
Like, upkeep.
Ancient Stirrings on his turn. I mean,
no, I would have led with that. I would have played that before any lands or anything else that turn.
I don't know if that's where I want to be, because I just want to draw cards, or like creatures. And there's not a creature I would rather have than Drowner of Hope. Sure. I guess you want to protect your life total.
Yeah, a little bit.
So you know you're going to see a 3rd Collected Company here. Thanks to Paul Koerbel's dropping the magic card. Brushland.
Alright. So Jake, I see another Thought-Knot Seer in his hand. I think.
Did you? I'm pretty sure there's a Reality Smasher and a Matter Reshaper now.
There we go. This is a path to victory now. So now what he has built for himself. I think he owes 1 more on that spell.
Yeah, you have to pay 1 more. So let's make sure Jake is playing legally and not cheating like a savage.
Okay. Alright, so now, he has 4 mana available to him, so he can generate 2 additional Scions. What I would do is I would upkeep, tap his Archdruids, because any type of going off, quote-unquote, that Paul's going to do definitely involves generating a ton of mana with his Archdruids.
Sure.
The other thing it's going to do is when it gets passed back to Jake, those guys are now tapped, and you can decide whether or not to generate more Scions to be able to attack in.
Right. The Spells Guide can just redirect, can't it?
If he wants to spend life redirecting, that's fine with me.
Okay. We're just saying, like, if he was about to go off, then his life total doesn't really matter.
So the deck doesn't go off in that it wins that turn.
I mean, it can. Like, if he just snapped off an Azuri, this game would be way over.
Absolutely. Okay, sure. But, like, you get to... if you lose my Scions, Jake, God help me. Okay. But a lot of time, minus Azuri, I think.
Right.
That you just generate an arbitrarily large amount of mana, and you can do everything in your hand.
So even with half of his board tapped, he's got lethal right now. 25 damage represented.
Interesting.
So you can swing him with like
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Jake has 10 mana available. So that means he can tap 6 guys. So every 3 mana represents 2 taps. But
or
he
2 damage. Or 4 damage, sorry.
Or 4 damage. Oh, sure. But that doesn't like win him the game. I would pass. And
I want to commit another Matter Reshaper to the board here. I think having another body is very important.
Interesting.
So you can let him swing in.
Upkeep, you need to tap these Archdruids. You need to have him make the decision. Yeah, see, if he would have tapped the Archdruids, you make him make the decision about the top card of his deck.
Right.
And with this draw, now that we're in the main phase, and this Azuri's going to resolve one way or another, tapping the Archdruids doesn't do anything because he's just going to already generate 8, generate 8.
Right.
And each one of those is an overrun. And I don't know if you. Yep. Yeah. Attack with 5 guys with 3 overruns. Well, 4 overruns. 8 times 3 is 24, and it costs 5 to activate the Azuri.
Sure. 1,000,000 overruns.
Yeah, enough overruns to kill you. So it's one of those situations where Jake had to put him to a decision at a specific point.
Right.
And if he would have, you know, I'm not saying Paul would have messed up, but he doesn't know what the top of the deck is, and so if you don't know, it's hard to make that choice.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Elves player and I'm in that situation, and Jake looks like he's just trying to stay alive for a couple more turns.
Yeah. You just
First
let him
off,
tap the Archdruid.
I'd redirect it all day.
But then what if you draw a blank? Then you're down 6 life?
Yeah, my opponent, like, would I pay 6 life as the Elf deck to make my opponent, like, tap out, like, time walk themselves? Probably.
Interesting. Okay, so he's at 14, he pays 6 life, it would put you to 8.
He wasn't at 14, he was at 18 when it started.
He was at 18 when Jake passed the turn there?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 life puts you at 12. Assume you draw a blank.
Okay.
Well, okay,
just
so
completely blank, because he had 2 cards in hand.
Well, right, so if you don't draw a blank, you win the game.
Right.
Right, if you draw Azuri or Collect the Company.
Yeah.
Into Azuri or Court of Calling.
Sure.
So he's on like a 10 outer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really an interesting line. I guess you're right on the first turn. I don't know that I would do it 2 turns in a row.
No, I wouldn't do it 2 turns in a row. So, I mean, on
that
operative
that turn specifically, you're
yeah.
correct.
Yeah, I would have absolutely just, you know, I'm either going to kill him here or it's not going to happen. Yeah, let's give Daniel Nelson the business here.
Mono means 1. Listen, Daniel, I don't know how much Greek and or Latin you took, but mono means 1. Mononucleosis. So I think Daniel's differentiating here. There is a black-green Elves deck that actually plays like main deck black cards.
There's Golgari Elves, Shaman of the Hunt.
Yeah, Shaman of the Hunt, and I think it plays Dismembers. I don't think it's trying to like full-blown cast Dismember, but sometimes it gets the discount.
Okay.
Whereas
Thoughtseize out of the board as well is a big one.
Right. Whereas the deck Paul is playing doesn't rely on white. I'm willing to gamble that he has Kataki in his sideboard.
Probably.
As well as Kithkin. What's the pro-red guy?
Forge Tender? Burnt-in Forge Tender?
Burnt-in Forge Tender. Its creature type is Kithkin.
Its creature type is indeed Kithkin.
I had the wrong name.
You got the wrong name.
So
what's Jake's sideboard here? This is your 75. Give me some insight. You want to switch seats so you're in the hot seat?
No. We can switch chairs because there's not enough room back here for us to switch seats. Jake's sideboard plan has to include engineered explosives.
Okay.
As well as, I don't know if he has Dismember, but if he does, if it's in there sometimes, if he included it, I would put that one in there. As well as, I like 1 copy of Banishing, or Blessed Alliance.
Okay.
It untaps all your creatures.
2 of your creatures.
Oh, okay, 2's enough.
Up to 2.
Up to 2 is enough for me.
All right.
And makes them sacrifice an attacker. So, like, it can...
Up to 1 attacker.
Is it? I think it says target player sacrifices an attacking
Yeah,
creature.
I'm sure it's...
So if you were to cast it, like, not during... If there is no attacking creatures, they're not required to sacrifice
Right.
anything.
Much better start for Jake here.
It's a pretty good one. Oh, man. He has a Matter Reshaper to follow up. Oh, and he's got a Path to Exile.
Path's going to be big here.
This card's going to be really important for him.
So do you play any big Eldrazi? Or just like
big?
these little mamby-pamby Eldrazi's?
The sideboard includes 1 copy of Worldbreaker.
Okay.
It's no good here.
Sure.
Geez, I wonder if pathing here is correct.
I don't think so.
You see the copy of Blessed Alliance Jake brought in. Let's see what else he's got.
I think it's going to be a Thought Knot here.
I hope he brought in Engineered Explosives.
I can't imagine a world where you don't bring in a board wipe against the green Elves deck.
Yeah, when with so many 1-drops casting it on 1 and...
Man.
Just, oh, he has a second Matter Reshaper, I think.
Stirred up.
Why wouldn't he wait to play his land? See, because if you wait to play your land here and then...
Grafdigger's Cage is an interesting one.
Okay, shuts down Collected Company.
And Court of Calling.
And Court of Calling, so that's not horrendous. Alright, so that was a pretty good turn for Jake. He's,
I really want to wait on the path until upkeep.
Okay.
Well, I guess you don't know if you have the Grafdigger's Cage, then he could just upkeep Collected Company with that mana.
Sure. But you could resequence the turn.
Right.
As well. And that's going to give you some more information. So yeah, I always just kind of like play out my turn in my head, and then see what's going to come of it. Yeah,
Always nice when
tokens here and
the
a
Elves
Thought Knots here to
block.
follow up.
Oh.
And we're going to take a Zuri Renegade Leader.
Revoker is interesting. I guess shutting down Displacer, is that very good?
Yeah, it can be very good. I don't think I would go as far as to save a path for it. My hope here would be that Jake can just use the sheer size of his Eldrazi. He names the Displacer with the Revoker. But what I really want Jake to do is to use just the size of the Eldrazi to force like 2-for-1s.
3-for-1s.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
4-for-1s. 5-for-1s.
Whatever kind of for ones you can get. We're gonna have a big attack here.
Killer Divine landed on.
Okay, you guys are right. So we called it mono green to differentiate it from the green black Elves deck.
Clearly, it's Selesnya Elves.
Yeah. So here's a big attack coming from Jake.
So this is a 4-for-1 if you want to kill it.
Jake gave him a little bit of a ribbing for not naming Noble Hierarch.
Sure.
I don't think I would have named Noble Hierarch either.
Yeah, I don't think I would have either. But I also don't think I would have brought it in.
Yeah, maybe if you're just like interested in having creatures.
Sure.
I could see it, but all right. All right.
Here's the 4-for-1.
Yeah, this is where. Does
he
Jake
take damage here? Or
no,
there's
he
two
blocked
ones?
all of it. No, there were 2/2s.
Okay.
2/2/2s and 1/1/1, or 2/1/1s.
All right, perfect.
So this is where Jake's gonna get his advantage, man. He just got 4-for-1 on the Thought Knot or on the Reality Smasher.
Get another 4-for-1 on this Thought Knot
on the
Seer.
next Thought Knot Seer. Well, -1 because he's going to get to replace the card.
Sure, I might just swing in with this Matter Reshaper here.
You
get a 2-for-1 off of that.
I might turn them all sideways at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not? So he can only block one of them effectively.
Right. I think you just have to respect like the explosiveness of this deck.
I think the longer you wait, the more the more explosive he's going to be. Oh, and you have Path to Exile? So you don't have to respect it if you have Path to Exile in hand.
Don't have to respect it.
Because all the operative... all
the
the operative things are creatures. So if you can just remove one of those at a moment's notice...
Sure.
So yeah, this is the kind of thing Jake wants to be doing. He casts all of his big guys way too early in the game. Got out ahead of the Elves player. Mostly green Elves.
They're mostly green.
Bant Eldrazi is such a garbage deck. IMO. And Killer Divine's MO. It's a garbage deck. So it's an interesting deck.
I agree, to be fair. But go on.
Alright, so how are we defining garbage, though?
Has Eldrazi in it.
Dude, the Eldrazi are sweet.
No. You can win on turn 3, turn 4 in this format at the latest.
Okay.
The Eldrazi deck can't and doesn't interact well with the other decks that can.
So you think it's a poor choice to play it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think it's also a garbage deck just as a whole because it's just big dumb idiots that turn sideways, but that's more of my
decks are
preference.
fantastic.
Yeah. I can respect that you enjoy turning fatties sideways. And that's fine. I enjoy turning some fatties sideways, but I want some interaction too.
Sure.
I wish Bant Eldrazi...
Are we still talking about...
Yes, we're
still Magic the Gathering?
Still talking about Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
I wish Bant Eldrazi didn't exist because it would mean Jund would be better.
Yeah, listen, any deck that can keep Jund in check, it can be my friend. I think Jake has a pretty good hand here. He's got a hand that includes a Temple, a Brushland, and 2 Ancient Stirrings.
Okay.
And then I think
a
there's
Noble Hierarch.
a Thought Knot Seer in there as well.
There's definitely a Noble Hierarch.
Okay, so we probably lead with Noble Hierarch.
Definitely lead with Noble Hierarch. Definitely. You know what deck is actual garbage?
What deck is actual garbage?
Robots.
Affinity?
Robots.
Okay. That deck's not well positioned right now.
It's not in good shape.
If you're thinking about playing Affinity next weekend, don't.
Think again.
Think again. Reconsider your entire existence. Because Arcbound Ravager will lead you astray. I wish I could put it in every fortune cookie that every Magic player is going to open. Arcbound Ravager will lead you astray in the future. Because there's just some times where that deck is not where you want to be. Here's a Noble Hierarch. For Jake going to 19.
Whoo, Essence Warden. Gonna be gaining some life. What's with Elves players and gaining life?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it in this
doing it, though.
matchup.
Here's Thought Nuts here.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Yeah, buddy. Yep. And so next turn, Paul can have 5 power on the board to block and trade with this. So he only has 4 now. He cannot block and trade with this Thought Nuts here.
Still only... Oh, there's 5.
There's 5. Now we've made it to 5. Congratulations, Paul. You can block and trade with Thought Nuts here. Holy smokes. Empty-handed. And Jake's going to get to do his worst here. Oh, man, he's got a Reality Smasher. This is very good.
Smash!
So now
Turn my idiot sideways.
big dumb gray idiot coming at you.
To be fair, Reality Smasher is a majestic beast.
He's a beautiful.
He is a beautiful greenish, purple, gray.
Man, I wonder.
Is that a worship? We've just gone so deep on both of these sideboards. I mean, to be fair,
this
worship's
is
fine.
Fantastic. Worship is so good here. Robert, you and me both, baby. When
I like this in game 3.
you wouldn't have liked it in game 2.
No, because like if you show it in game 2,
He gets Reclamation Sage.
yeah. So a lot of times they're gonna take that kind of stuff out because you don't really
Right.
have. Oh, but he has
Oh
the
gosh,
Rex
he has one. I want to compliment Jake on having the Urza's Saga Worship. It's a beaut.
It is a beauty one. It's a beautiful magic card. You know,
Um,
most of these Eldrazi are aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
So that's one thing they got going for them. Some say the only thing.
I wonder if anybody has a Reality Smasher tattoo.
Probably not. It's a little intricate to make a good tattoo.
You think?
Yeah. From a distance, it just looks like, I don't know. Look at it.
Yeah, it's like a mass of bismuth that's like kind of.
You can't even see that from a distance. It just looks like a few lines.
Well, yeah, I mean I'm talking.
Like maybe a
All right,
shitty
all right.
butterfly.
So Jake's going to do the right thing here and lead with Ancient Stirrings.
Oh, look at this graphic page. It's really late.
Oh my gosh, Jake's going to whine about not drawing the one Grafdigger's Cage. When he's got Reality Smasher coming in every turn.
What they're behind? Just dagger.
Just cast the Drowner of Hope.
Clearly, top decks aren't that bad.
Swinging for 6 here, for sure.
Yeah, that's stage 1.
You have the path, so if he throws 6 power in front of it,
Oh,
you get
man.
like a huge blowout.
Holy smokes, the amount of out he has blown is
The
hardly
problem
even
is-
measurable.
The problem is that you don't want to get hit by a massive swing back, and that might be what his concern is.
Oh man, Killer Divine is just he hates the Reality Smasher almost as much as you do.
I like Reality Smasher a lot.
17 20. I know, right? Go ahead. Would not kill his life.
Why didn't Jake attack last turn?
Because he fears the crackback.
You have
Look, man, again,
you have the path. There's another Reality Smasher. Now please just attack with your first one and replace it, please. Cast. All right. All right. How far out can we get blown? All right. So the question is here. Oh man.
yeah, that's fine.
So the Rex Sage is a 2/1, so he gets to take 1 there, right? Yeah, that's fine. So now this
It's the Temple to Grandfathers. All right, let's see if we can properly send our idiots into the red zone this turn.
so we send 100% of idiots, right? Holy smokes! All right. These yes.
Here
What?
come
What?
the one
Are you
idiot.
sure? Holy smokes! He's stressing me out now. I just don't understand what he's doing.
He's respecting the collecting company. You just gotta respect, man.
How many draws are we gonna let him have to try and get to the collecting company, though?
As many as it takes, apparently.
He apparently doesn't respect it enough because he didn't take the cage.
He doesn't need it.
Also, additionally, furthermore, you've got the displacer.
Sure. Now he does.
I want Jake to lose this game now.
He's not losing this game. Spoilers. Spoilers.
See, now you're way behind.
He's not way behind.
Holy smokes. Spoilers, not losing this game. I just can't. I can't with the slow roll. Like, how slow do we have to roll it?
All the way.
Now, let me light this Path to Exile on fire. Also not attacking. Ever. In a million years.
I like the Sky Spawner here. Like the Sky Spawner a lot.
Yeah, both options.
Okay, I'm fine with Temple if we haven't played a land yet for the turn. Doesn't actually give us an extra displacer trigger this turn, does it? Yeah, it does. We go from
1 to 2.
Yeah, 1 to 2.
All right. Make 2.
He's gaining 2 life.
Yeah, you still gotta tap. Oh, holy smokes! He gains 3 life per activation.
Well, he's talking about tapping his guys.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because the creature would. See, I would have tapped the Llanowar Elves. He just drew engineered explosives. So just cast that for 1, Jake, and let's win the game. We can all go home. Or not home, but
we got to slow roll it a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We call this the Valentine step.
Right.
Where you have the game-winning play and don't make it for 15 seconds. Send them all. All right.
More to the board. Here we go. 3 blockers.
All right.
And there's the ball game.
That's the whole shooting match.
We have done it.
Yes, Jake wins the match. We still don't have a new president.